Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the secret history of logs living inside your aquarium. This episode is all about logs and log-related. No, I'm just kidding. This is about baby shrimp. This is about feeding live baby brine shrimp to my baby Neocaridina shrimp. How confusing could it get? Very, people, very. So what I'm showing you here is that I just put in half a dose of these little miracle wigglers. In here, I have more of brine shrimp, Artemia. Sometimes people call them seed shrimp. That's also another name for other types of microorganisms, but we'll put it in the water. We empty the strainer. This little strainer that sits in the center of a round shrimp hatchery, brine shrimp hatchery. And now you can see that the little particles are actually sea monkeys, same basic animal, and that they are floating around. So in this video, I have a game for you guys. I have a challenge. Are you up for a challenge, you guys? Are you up for it? Because I'm down for it. I'm on the carpet staring at my lowest tank down on the floor, and this is one of my favorite tanks. I like to just get a pillow and stare at it. But Alex is raising up fish in here as per usual, and you can get a peek at one of the mysteries right now. This one I legitimately don't know what it is, and the older it gets, the more I don't know. I thought for sure when it was young that it was going to be one of the baby bettas that I had going earlier. Then it turned out to be much more streamlined, should we say, less finnage, and it's not growing very fast. It's 2 to 3 months old now, but it's got like a red belly a little bit and a blue top. I mean, dare I say that it could be a tetra of some sort? I don't think it is. I think it's probably a Danio or Rasbora of some sort, but the mystery remains. If you guys think you know what this lone soul in my tank is, please leave a comment. But that's not the real mystery, because we'll eventually find out what critter this is and all that jazz. What I think would be a better challenge is to have you guys try to identify the newest inhabitants of this tank. And this tank, if you haven't learned from past videos or me talking or forums or Facebook, whatever, wherever you get your info on me and what I do in the secret history living in your aquarium, breeding and selling and trading and mating and baiting fish and shrimp. I have some new fish that I got at Aquarium Zen while working and cleaning out one of the tanks. We had these South American fish, and they came in looking really good, and they took up a corner of the tank. We had several species of fish in there that's similar South American fish, and they took up a corner of a tank, and a particular two of them actually laid eggs pretty much immediately, which was cool. And there were her Odessa barbs, and what else was in there? Convict cichlids. There was just a whole bunch of fish that you may not think betta falks, lots of fish you wouldn't think would get along with eggs, and they didn't. And the mom and dad fought off lots of attacks. Some eggs got eaten. Well, finally some eggs hatched. Talked to the owner, Steve, and I was like, can I take these little teeny fry home the day they hatched? And he said, sure. I don't know how they're going to do if you switch the water on them and take them from their parents and yada yada, change their diet. And, you know, they'd just come in, so they've been in 3 different water conditions and stress in such time. So he said give it a shot, though. That's not what we're looking at here. These are Corydorifry. And what I do, and we'll see them when they come out. I guarantee these new stranger oddball fish that you're going to be challenged with telling me the name of, they will come out. They're very shy, and they seem to like dusk or dawn. But dusk is approaching, and so hopefully we'll get them coming out and socializing for us. But my style, my philosophy on these tanks is that I grow shrimp. These are small tanks, you know, in my menagerie of tankage, and I basically raise them up. The shrimp can live their whole life here. That's fine. I don't mind. They're welcome. They hang out in here. They have babies, do their thing, and then when they reach a certain size, sometimes I'll move them. And of course, I cull, so I select which shrimp I want or do not want, which traits they have or do not have, and we end up with the best shrimp possible. There's lots of videos from me and everyone else under the sun on selective breeding or line breeding. You can check out elsewhere. Don't be alarmed, that's not a dead shrimp back there. This is an exoskeleton, a shed of a shrimp. They get out of their exoskeleton when it gets too small for them. Might even be this guy right here. And then they crawl out of it through the shoulder blade area, and they leave behind this nutritious, full of vitamins and stuff that all the baby shrimp want for their molting. Because little baby blue shrimp, this guy's probably born 2 or 3 weeks ago, this one. He's out in the open, which means he's not hiding as baby Neocaradinas tend to most of the time. Oh, we have an elusive sighting of a Badis. So we have at least a dozen baby Badis in here, and they love eating the live brine shrimp. In fact, I dare you, and I dare say, you cannot breed them without live food. You can't really breed them with other fish either. They need tons of leaf litter, and 2 or 3 months ago, I had a bunch of leaf litter in here, and a bunch of plants, obviously, like there still are, and everything was just loaded to the brim with the same kind of situation or setup that you would see in the wild for them. And I just let them to it, a male and a female Badis, and obviously, I mean, okay, I won't get into it, but that's how that works, guys. So let them to it. I watched them mate, do their rituals and stuff like that, but never really saw eggs. I think they were just too darn small. But as soon as I took them out of there, after a few months of them being in there and me seeing them spawning and turning colors and doing their dance, and there's actually other videos you can watch on my channel if you go back a few months and just scroll through. I mean, I got 375 videos, guys. Check them out. And yeah, so we just watched them, and I decided, well, nothing's coming from all this. I'm gonna move them. Well, as soon as I move them, it became clear that Mama and Daddy were eating little Billy and little Jane Badis, Dario, as their Latin name would be known. So in here, just in case you were curious, these are short-nose algae shrimp from aquaticarts.com, and then these are Lucas Brett's Blue Dream shrimp. Also, I think I've cut this branch of the Blue Dream shrimps with some of the high-end Blue Dreams from aquaticarts.com to get in some, more genetic stability in their health. I was just kind of worried that I'd have too inbred of fish and shrimp in my life if I don't switch things up like that. So, that is that. There's more baby Badis over here hanging out. They're getting large, but they hide, and they're very dull colored. until they reach a decent size. But they are voracious little teeny guys and gals, and they will eat anything that fits, that looks like it could fit in the outline of their body. I know that sounds kind of weird, but not in their mouth. Like literally anything that like could fit in their belly or abdomen is what they seem to manage to hunt down and eat or tear apart. So that's kind of interesting. As I said, here's that other mystery fish that we don't know what it is. I thought it was a betta. Definitely not a betta, I don't think. If you know better, let me know better. But I think it is some sort of Danio. Perhaps it could be a Maytangensis Danio that's just taking forever to grow. There's that another Badis back there. Might be the same one that we saw. Yeah, so let me know if you think you know. I think its belly's just pink because of all the brine shrimp that it eats, because it pigs out on brine shrimp every day. I feed them twice a day a little scoop of brine shrimp into this tank. Okay, we have our first appearance, and now they're all going to come out. They all come out together. They all come out together. So what the heck is this tadpole turtle? So this looks like nature was drunk and they had like a tadpole and a stomach bigger than the head of a fish. And then just wait until we get a nice look at the mug on this fish. This is the one that the babies, they're from Central and South America, and the babies, I mean, they just look like little babies. Like, that's cute, right? That looks cute. It looks like a cute little baby. And they've been in this tank now a week, and I thought, oh, there's a good view of some brine shrimp also. That's what I poured in, are those little yellow and tan jiggling dots. They're swimming around. We can look at those under a microscope sometime soon. But that's what all these shrimp and snails and everyone, that's what they're eating. In the system that I raise them, it kind of takes care of the shells, because they have shells when they hatch. And these are 1 day old, so these are very small brine shrimp. They're not like sea monkey size Artemia, which you'll see frozen oftentimes, and they almost look like, I don't know, creepy skeletons of like a fish or something. But these guys are not that. These are just little teeny tiny fan-shaped, they're like shaped like the letter J, kind of, with a bunch of crisscrossies all over their main lateral line. It appears as though some of the shrimp have been getting frisky in the tank lately too, because we have lots of pregnant women shrimp, the women folk shrimp. And the short-nosed algae eaters from Aquatic Arts are doing well too. I really like them. They have actually done way too good of a job. You can see the level of algae that I had right here, this diatomaceous algae, that even the snails can't put a dent in. Well, when we look underwater, you can see I just moved the heater out of that corner so they could even it up, but you can see where they could get to the algae and where they couldn't. It's, like I said, it's possibly too good of a job cleaning, in that they're eating all the algae. Is he going to eat it? All right, so here is a look at the mystery fish that you're going to leave me a comment and tell me, what the heck fish is this? How much of a tip can I give you guys without spoiling it? Alright, if you want to play the easy game, you can just stop watching after I tell you this first hint. Or if you know what they are right away, I mean, that's fine. But look at that belly. He is just full. And he's still eating them. He's just full of the brine shrimp galore. I don't know where the other ones are. Usually they all come out together every night, and they kind of glow. They're kind of iridescent. They kind of look like Elton John's shoes or something like that. Looks like someone spilled gasoline on a pearl. And they're just interesting in that they usually cluster together, and they kind of just swirl in kind of these spiral, like a down spiraling circle, like an old fighter plane from World War II going. They kind of just hang out and do that, and wiggle around. We're gonna try to get some more up and at 'em out of the substrate here. They like to hide down low. They like to hide in the Wasserton. Speaking of World War II, the Germans and the Americans and the Japanese, they're all represented here. In my Neocaridina shrimp tank with my little fish. So, what fish is that freaky fish? You guys know? We have more fish than the ones you're seeing in here, and that's why I love this tank. Like, I could just watch this tank all day, every day, and more. I mean, we got the Malaysian trumpet snails. When I've looked underwater, I have 47 species now identified in this tank in the water. Different little zooplankton and phytoplankton. That's plant or animal plankton. Photosynthetic or non. Let's go with that. And I'm a little worried, perhaps, that some of my baby weird looking fish are not coming out with this food. However, every time I feel that way and I'm looking in one of my fish tanks, like I'll say, oh man, there's no shrimp left. What happened to all my shrimp? Where are they? I'll feed them like this, and I come back in an hour and there's like 1 million shrimp, and I'm like, oh, okay. All right, we're okay. So, same with the Badis. I thought, okay, maybe there's 1 or 2 little Badis swimming around here. And then, I kind of cordoned off. I said, okay, I just saw one there, and he's still chilling there. And then there's another one, and then, oh, there's 2 over there, and there's 1 there. They start appearing out of everywhere. So, I'm going to give this another, let's say, 30 seconds for a group of them to magically appear, of these fish that I'm trying to give you guys a better look at. But if they don't, you're gonna be stuck with the enigma that was that little glance. Oh, just on cue, we have one that's not so white anymore. It looks like it's growing up a bit. And that's because it's a Badis. I've never seen one of the Badis babies eat that much food. Look at that stomach, you guys. Holy jeepers creepers. That is one full Badis. I'm surprised it can even swim at that point. Yeah, okay, I'll say it. I am worried that the Badis in this tank may have eaten some of these other freaky turtle-headed fry that I have. Now, if these freaky turtle-headed fry grow up to be upstanding members of society, as I hope they will, I see where they're at. They're hiding under the leaf. Something must have scared them. Could it be me prodding at them? Then, I'll have felt bad for talking bad about these little freaky turtle-headed creatures. But until they pull their weight in town, I'm going to keep calling them. They look like Bowser or something from Mario Kart. Is probably where most people would have encountered Bowser. But if you are old school, you could say, Super Mario or Mario Brothers or Mario 2 or Yoshi's Island. There's a bunch of I don't know how I got that far off track from shrimp and so forth. So you're not learning a ton educationally in this video, but I just wanted to kind of show you guys. People have been complaining. They're saying, I'm not, you didn't give me a fact in there, or you didn't tell me what the tank should be set up like. And then I think about it for a tenth of a second, and I think I just showed you the entire tank, and I'm showing you things swimming around, and I'm showing you what I'm feeding them. So this is a tour, and if you want to set up a tank of your own, I'm telling you that this is a healthy tank that I get fish from and shrimp from, and I sell them. I move the fish and the shrimp when they reach a certain size, that size being the size back here of these Corridoras. That one with the darker line, it's at the limit. That's where we cut them off. Instead of the you must be this tall to ride, it's like you must be this tall to not get kicked out of the tank, or you must be this short to not get kicked out of the tank. And yes, I leave some in a little too long. People say, yo, you're bound to forget one and it's gonna eat everything. Hasn't happened yet. At worst, I get a couple little fish missing, or a couple little shrimp missing. But we have spotted him again. The Bowser-faced, turtle-headed tadpole fish that we can't get in focus. I'm sorry, you guys. This is turning out to be such a great video. Alright, so maybe they just don't want to be on video. Maybe they've outsmarted the internet and all the algorithms that the brightest minds in our society have come up with. They have evaded our face detection software, and it's quite wondrous. But you guys got a decent look at them earlier. I am still just finding more of these big Danios Badis that have engorged themselves to the point of like being half of what they ate is what they're made out of now. And there's also some newer, younger Corridoras in here. So, all right, guys. I guess we're not going to see the whole school today. They're usually out together, and I'll get a shot of them later on. We've got two more Badis that just snuck out and are making their way into this corner of the tank. I don't know, they always move like they're, if you ever played Full Metal Jacket, like they're Snake. Like there's some, like, ultimate hiding mystery stealth technology that they need to use. Hey, there we go. Here's another turtle face. Alright, so I'm going to leave you guys. There we go. That's where they're at. With these turtle faces. Look at them. Weird fish. There be weird fish in there. There's 6 of them back here that I see right now. 7. That's where they all are. They were having a little turtle party. Alright, guys. Sorry it took that long to get to the turtle party. But if you know what these bizarre fish from Central America that clearly hang out together as they're growing up, if you know what they are, drop me a comment. If somebody gets it right, it's gonna blow my Cheerios. I am gonna laugh so hard that, Dr. Pepper comes out my nose. So, I will be happy if you can identify this species of tadpole / stapled and taped to a turtle / not at all an amphibian, but rather a fish. And, okay, I'll say the hint. It's a cichlid, and it has a word with a color in it, in its name. And this is the big giveaway. This is its natural form. It's not some specifically bred type. So that should give it all away. Figure it out. Let me know what I'm growing here, and I will talk to you guys later. If you had fun at this video, if you like just kind of looking at the little fish tank, seeing all the different mysteries raising up in there, please give it a like, give it a subscribe or a share, give it a back rub, thumbs up, and we'll check in with it later. All right, guys, take care. Have a great night, morning, midday, afternoon, whatever it is. Have it, enjoy it, and take care of your critters and yourself. I'll talk to you next time on The Secret History Living Inside My Turtle-Faced Tadpoles. So these fish, they've done a good job. They've stayed in school together. Now they need to go to college. If you really want to support the channel, please check out the link to Patreon. I could use, like a lid while summer's coming up. I need to get some new gear. My gear's getting old. And that would really help out the channel if you would like to contribute even $1. If you think I'm doing an okay job, kick in $1 a month. I would appreciate it greatly. If I'm not, let me know what I can do better other than have more cooperative animals and maybe some CGI graphics of old Ninja Turtles episodes or something. All right, guys, take care. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. Signing out, Alexander Williamson. Bye-bye.